Welcome back. The dire state of Nigeria's education sector has presented an opportunity for entrepreneurs like Chizaram Ucheaga, the co-founder of Mavis Computel, to step in with the innovative book and pen that can help close the many gaps being experienced. Mavis Pen is a digital device with a high-technology translating tool that synchronizes with notes on the talking book. The entrepreneur believes its immense contribution to education cannot be underestimated, as its uses cut across pronunciation, translation, and large storage capacity, among others. Bridget Ugwe and Eric Oteng took a closer look at the story.
A smart book to combat illiteracy and facilitate easy learning for children in deprived communities. This initiative was launched by Chizaram Ucheaga. This Nigerian-born electrical engineer attended the just-ended Vivatech Technology Fair in Paris to present the talking book.
It's an on and off button, so when you tap on the cover of the book, it recognizes which book you're on. So this one is using English to teach French. So when I go to any point and tap, it will say it in English and then in French. So if I tap here, for example,
Eze greets and says, "Hello, my name is Eze. Bonjour, je m'appelle Eze."
So it says it in English and then French.
A fun way to learn at home or at school, since the talking book has an advanced speaker system. An idea from a simple observation, access to quality education, can be a real challenge in some countries.
We've made it easy to give quality content that prior to now was only available to children in rich schools, to any child wherever they are, and in a language they understand. So even if you don't have a good teacher, this does the teaching.
The book is in different versions to learn Spanish or even Arabic. It is now distributed in 117 schools in Nigeria, reaching nearly 6,000 children. As for the cost, it is very affordable.
The average cost per child when we've deployed comes to roughly about $6 per child a month. So it makes it very affordable when we've deployed in a school setting in those areas. So they don't need to, as it were, buy the product. So that's why we have what we call the Mavis education model. So they can pay on a simple month-to-month basis.
Mavis Education hopes to reach more than 1 million children from low-income families in Nigeria by 2020 and expand through Mavis Academy, its chain of schools throughout the continent and the world.
Ethiopia, Africa's fastest-growing economy, said it has plans to sell stakes in one of the country's most prized assets after decades of state control of telecommunications company, Ethio Telecom. If implemented, the move will present one of the biggest business opportunities in Africa to foreign and domestic private investors. Major telecommunications firms such as South Africa's MTN and Vodacom have already expressed their interest in acquiring a stake in Ethio Telecom following the government's announcement. Jean-David Mamle and Ronald Lueri with the details.
Since assuming office in April, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has announced a campaign of political and economic reforms, the latest being relaxing government control over the economy. The country has decided to partially open large public enterprises to private investors, starting with the national airline and telecommunications giant Ethio Telecom. The majority of shares will be held by the government, while the rest will be put on the market for domestic or foreign investors, according to an official statement. Local and foreign private investors will thus be able to buy into public companies. South African telecoms such as MTN and Vodacom have welcomed this measure. The ruling coalition added that railways, industrial parks and factories could be completely privatized. With over 100 million people, Ethiopia is the second most populous country in Africa. The International Monetary Fund projects growth of 8.5% for 2018 against 10.9% growth recorded last year. The reforms by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed could fundamentally change the face of Ethiopia's economy.
This is what we know how to do best, bringing the very latest update from the world of business with a Pan-African perspective. Thank you for watching. Let's get interactive. We'd like to hear from you via our social media platforms on Twitter, or you can reach me directly at Afolake G and on Facebook, Afolake Oiloyi. Till then, goodbye.